Yeah. So tell me, what did you think about the book?
It was a very eye-opener. As being a clinical social worker with over 30 years of experience, it was something that was very reflective for me. I did not think that I would actually go through the therapeutic process of the book, but the way the book kind of addressed particular issues and the gyroscope theory, I began to examine my life and where I was now later in life and what direction that I wanted to go. And the book really gave me a foundation to set a course to change my axis. And I think that was the most reflective thing that I came away with, that I began to become a part of the process as I read the book, and learning where I had become stagnant and even depressed in some areas, and what I needed to do to begin to shift, to set goals, to actually move in a different direction, to begin to find who I was again. Being a mom later in life, I had lost some of that, and now my son is older, he's middle school now, and just finding myself. And I found the gyroscope model to be very enlightening. I enjoyed reading the case studies that really have been reflective for me in my work, and as I began to go forward, this is a book that I would recommend to anyone who is interested in self-therapy and wanting to improve and better themselves. It went from being a therapeutic experience to then being an eye-opener experience culturally, and being an African American in this country. I felt that Dr. Arnold really addressed some of the underlying issues of today that our youth are dealing with in regard to society, especially our African American males, looking at the prison industrial complex and what's going on in that, and how our community has become a product of this country, and that we are not aware of how we've been rocked to sleep, and the images that we're seeing and are incorporated in our community, as opposed to really stepping out as a people and being independent and making our own way and really incorporating our own values. We've sort of taken on the larger culture of what they want us to see. So that was enlightening and scary as well, because you begin to see how much you have been rocked to sleep growing up in this country and the way the country was founded, and especially now when we've been going through the crisis with the budget and how the Congress is not working cooperatively with our first African American president. It is evident of why that's happening and what their objective is, and how we as a people do need to come together and really cultivate and project what we feel our images are for our children, and to make sure that our children are getting the proper education, the proper knowledge. There are things that have been hidden, and I think it's important that we begin to research how really African Americans have built this country and the effects that we've had on this country, and not the images that have been projected to us. I did take the book in chunks. There were times in which I was in tears in regard to personal reflection, but it was very good. As I ended the book, I'm walking away with a new lease on life, have already shifted some of my axes. I feel that I have more clarity, and I am also, I was sharing with Dr. Arnold, I'm more calm and I'm sleeping better. So it's definitely worth a read, and I would recommend it to any health professional or anyone who's definitely interested in therapy and moving forward and making a shift in your life.
Thank you very much.